Okay, we left at 100% charge. I just arrived at school, which is about, I think, 1.5 miles away. It's gone down to 94. We're on 72 miles a guessometer. The Regen, definitely, in cold weather, it's 1 degree C, doesn't work anywhere near as powerfully. Well, I'm assuming it's cold weather, but in the morning, put it that way, it doesn't work as powerfully as it does the rest of the time. I think I've definitely driven in 1 degree C before, so it must be to do with battery warmth, I would have thought, because on the way home in a 10-mile journey, it was working fine, and that was 1 degree in one of the previous episodes. So definitely some correlation between cold weather and Regen. But I wouldn't say, I would have thought that would have been extreme temperatures, but obviously it does affect it in 1 degree C to 3 degrees C. I've seen the change. So yesterday it was 3. So there we go. Okay, there's a definite change in my driving style, attitude, in relation to stress level, I suppose. Now I obviously get a huge amount of the stress when you're low on battery, but I'm talking your general driving now. When driving along these back roads, because obviously I'm in the rural area, there's usually single track, so if there's a car coming the other way, it's a problem. Now if you're trying to get to work on time, it's a right pain in the ass, and I get really wound up when I have to pull in. You get up all that momentum and you have to pull in. That's on a petrol car. That's where it's always been for years, and I've noticed a subtle change in the fact that it doesn't bother me at all now pulling in. One, because I know it's not really a waste of energy, or not that much of a waste of energy anyway. Those that narc me, the fact that you have to slow down and then pull off again, accelerate away. But secondly, you can just unclick the eco button, slam your foot down if you really want to, and it'll take you back up to the speed you were at, and about 3 times faster than driving along on a petrol car. So you know that you're not hardly going to lose anything at all, and that's made. It's only just come to me now that it's actually made a difference. I can feel. It just feels more relaxing driving to work, and I think that's coupled with the fact there's no huge amount of noise around me. I know I had a really old banger. If you've seen the episodes before I took ownership of the Leaf, it's really, really noisy. But even so, it's just a more stress-free zone. It just feels, I don't know, just much more relaxed going to work in the morning than I think I ever have been. So yeah, that's a definite change. I suppose you could call it an emotional change, I don't know, but I wasn't expecting that. I was looking at cost savings, etc, etc. But being more relaxed on the way into work sets you up for the day, really, doesn't it, I suppose? And not getting angry with other drivers quite so much. You have to pull in or they don't get in, and you have to slam your brakes on and stuff like that. So yeah, interesting little thing there. Okay, arrived at work, got 86% left on the battery for the same journey as I've done each day, so it's gone down quite a bit. It's 1 degree C is the difference, so there's a big hit on travelling in temperatures below 3. Difference between 3 and 1 degree C is quite significant, to be honest. That 3 degrees is quite surprising. More to the point that the Regen hasn't been operable until I got here. So literally, my last corner I braked into, it went full Regen, full way to the left. That's the first time it's done it on the whole journey. Actually, coming into a junction, it only had the one little circle with brakes almost fully on, so it was actually utilising the brakes as opposed to the regeneration, which I've got used to over the last six days. So yeah, so temperatures appears to have something to do with Regen, definitely.
Okay, Ian, what are we doing today?
We are going to see if I can actually fold the back seats down in a Nissan Leaf. How likely this is once you remove all baby seats.
We'll get around the other side.
How likely that is anyone's guess. You maybe take some baby seats back up to work with you.
Okay.
Back. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Nice spacious little thing.
There's a little thing. Will it go even further, I wonder? Anchor point. Does it go one more? Let's that.
Okay.
Don't think it does.
Must do.
No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I'm going to go with it doesn't. I'll go with it doesn't for now, so we don't break it. And then if we find out it does, I'll do another video. Like I said, it doesn't go for now. Don't go any more than that, it's solid. Pretty sure it's solid. Yeah, I would say there's like little metal here, but that's presumably the back of the... Yeah, I'll say it doesn't.
Okay.
And what boot space we got? See that? Let me take that out.
Oh, look at that.
Gonna fill a brand new car with crap. That comes out, that's good. That comes out. That's how much boot space we got.
Hey, not bad.
That's a bit odd though, isn't it?
Well, it's just velcroed over.
On the corner only. That's stitched in. Just on the corner.
Maybe it's just so you can take the seats out or something, I suppose.
Interesting.
Lovely.
Let's fill it with crap, shall we?
Yeah. Let's get your nice new pristine car full of crap.
Full of crap over there.
Lots of crap.
Yeah. It doesn't say. What I won't do is bury that. Oh, I could bury it. No, I won't bury the cable. Need that. Don't shut the doors. What are we going to do? We're going to fill all that, haven't we? Have you filmed the amount of crap?
Quite a bit of crap.
Goes in the polo, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, just about.
Two.
With a bit of cramming.
Yeah, it usually involves a fly kicking, doesn't it? Probably don't want to do that here.
No.
Is there anything like ooey in here and it's going to ooze out?
Not that I've seen, no. No, I think we're clean. Actually, it's doing alright.
It's doing remarkably well.
Didn't look like a lot of space, but yeah.
It's
Still
a
got plenty to
surprising
go.
vehicle. Or a surprising era. Not sure that'll actually close down until now. Yeah, do it last. Bags of them, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
That's going to take a bit of jiggery pokery because that corner is going to be in the...
Oh yeah, that's going to be in the window.
Right.
Still more.
Not sure really what this proves. Well, it proves that, I suppose, if nothing else, you can fit a load of junk in the back of your Leaf.
Yeah. Like, that's some valuable customer information right there.
That's really helping. That is. If you want to fill it with rubbish, you can. Scraps.
I think we're done, haven't we?
Put the parcel shelf back in. So.
No.
So I'm going to smash the back window out because that won't be the first time I've done that. Not with the lift from the Nissan Leaf, but should be alright.
Hey,
Almost. There we go.
how about that?
Spot on. Can't put baby seats in there. That's
No.
not a surprise.
They can go back out.
You refit it. Ooh, charge it. Tell you what though, there's still front space on the front seat.
Yeah, you put your partial shelf on the front seat or something.
Not bad to do now, actually. Put that on the back there. Try not to dispose of that. Sounds a bit.
Nice. Easy as that.
Okay, we're off down to Newent. 1 degree C. I'm just going to show you guys the Regen, see if it's starting off from cold again. It actually has problems. So there's a lot of traffic up here, so we'll try it downhill here. We'll so let's have a look at the Regen on this. And so we're in eco. It's given 1, so I go a bit fast. I get the speed up to 30 miles an hour. Put my foot on the brake. That's fully on, and so it's only going down to 2 things. Whereas usually, or in higher temperatures, that just maxes out because we're all the way to the left. So there's a distinct difference. But then what I'll do is, as we're coming into Newent, I'll film it again. I'll keep track of how many miles it is. We're on 346. We're on 346, and then some across the road. We'll see how many miles it is until it starts behaving like I've been used to. I haven't gone much distance, and it is doing more Regen than it was before, but it won't get the 4th lights. That's hard brakes on. That's not getting the lights all the way to the left, which I'm used to. So it's getting 3 to the left. Yeah, interesting. So it's not on again, no 4th light. So it seems to, as it gets slowly warmed up, it seems to give you more Regen. True or false, I wonder. Okay, it's up and running. We've travelled a couple of miles, and it's doing full Regen now on braking, as you can see. So that's fine. 1 degree C still. Temp hasn't changed, but presumably the batteries are warm, I would assume. All my little bit of testing I've done in the last 24 hours suggests that cold. Try it again to prove it. See, full lights, doing exactly what I did a minute ago, but with a different result on the regeneration. So it's affected somehow by something, and I'm making an assumption that it's to do with the cold. The only way I'll be able to truly test this, of course, is wait for the temperature to go up. It's not planned for a good few days to go up, so I will revisit that. Keep it in mind, and if it's still the same and the temperature's up, then presumably it's something completely different, like, I don't know, some other metric somewhere along the line. Something else to note, again, is that to do with this fogging issue, if you have the heating off, my suspicion was, and I think I briefly mentioned it in the previous episode, was that unlike a normal car, when you turn the fans off in a normal car, you still get airflow. Not sure what that was. Anyway, you still get airflow through the vents. With this, you don't. I've just tested that. I got it up to 70 miles an hour, and the vents don't have anything coming out of them. So it's a bit of a shame, because you could aid the fogging issue if you had even if it's a small amount of air coming through, being forced through. But it seems as though with this it's like a closed system, so as soon as you turn it off, it literally is off. It doesn't let anything through at all that I can. You can't, well, put it this way, it may do, you can't feel it like you can in a car. If you shut your fans off, you test it in an ordinary car, and you go along at 70 miles an hour with your fans off, not with the actual vents closed, just the fan off, so it's drawing no power at all, and the motor's doing nothing. You put your hand over the vent, you can feel air coming out. It's usually warm air, as long as your car is running properly, and that would actually help the issue, wouldn't it? It would be more efficient to be able to do that than not, but I presume that's a limitation of the system, is that it's not the same design, so it can't do that. Again, I don't know, but it's certainly, if I change it to, let me go mode. So the mode is, yeah, so it was facing me, so it's coming out to my face, it's off, there's no fans on, and there's nothing coming out at all. So yeah, no, definitely doesn't feed through those vents at high speed, which is a shame, because it'd be nice if it did, but obviously works completely different. Okay, I'm at the Wharf House Restaurant in Gloucester, and they very kindly put in an electric charge point, which is excellent. Only snag at the moment, doesn't work, but I have just spoken to the manager of the Wharf House, and he has said that The charging point was free for them, but they were a bit horrified when they got into it. It actually cost them money, of course, to route the cable and get an electrician in. So we plugged it in, we've tried it, but it doesn't actually work at the moment. But it will work eventually. So he reckons about 2 weeks' time it will be all plugged up and ready to go. I did try it sneakily and found out it wasn't working. But the cable works that I got, put it that way. Well, it meets into the socket fine, and that's all good. So that's installed, and 2 or 3 weeks' time, ready to use. Okay, little tip. Just about to leave work, if you're wondering. A little tip would be, if you do remove, I don't know if you can see any of this, for some reason very, very dark. If you do remove your back parcel shelf and you leave it at work and then go and empty all the stuff out and come back, put all the seats up before you leave, don't do that. You cannot put the back parcel shelf back in once the seats are back up. It doesn't fit. So I tried for a little while, can't get it to fit in. So it's a foggy night tonight, going home. Fitted it in perfectly. I'm actually starting to like the look of the Leaf, which is a bit weird because I thought it was quite an ugly car to start with. I got it for its battery, really different. I was going to give it a go for 4 years, so I'm actually starting to like the look of it. But yeah, little tip, don't put the seats all back up again and put all the seats belts back where they should be. Put the parcel shelf in first. Oh. Okay. Hey, bit of music, bit of reggae. Can't go wrong. 2 degrees. Okie dokie. Right, journey home. 25 miles. I've done quite a lot of miles today. Well, quite a lot more action than I would usually do. Went to my parents' place and then went into Gloucester, did a few rounds, went to check out the new Morrison's, which there is no charge point. There was no suggestion that there would be. But just to confirm that there is no charge point there, because the brand new one, you never know. We went to another one which you saw earlier in a video. That's supposed to be connected up soon, so that'll be good. And just did some odd jobs and then came back again. I put it on charge for about 45 minutes again, and I've come back to work, and that's put us at 25. Would expect to get home no problems at all. It's only 6 miles, and we will just see when I get home what the mileage is, and as per usual, check what the charge time will be on the trickle charge. Lovely. And it's not raining, it's just really, really foggy outside. You can hardly see it, but it is foggy. Worth noting with the heating on, you just switch it on. I think I probably said it before, and it's warm almost instantly. You don't have to notice that in comparison to a normal car. You just get in, turn it on, within seconds you're nice and toasty and warm. Absolutely brilliant. Really appreciate that on a 2 degree day like today. Brilliant. The parcel shelf will actually fit in with, it's split into 2 like most cars. You've got a double seat which folds down, and you've got a single seat that folds down. You can actually put the parcel shelf, you can take it out and put it back in again with the single seat folded down. So you don't have to fold all the seats back down. Just a bit of a correction on my previous problem. I did try both configurations, or you can obviously fold both down rather than the single, but either way, you only need to have one set of seats folded down. Okay, back home. Drove all the way home without eco on, so 6 miles without eco on. Then 13 miles, I pretty much just pinned it up the hill and along the roads, everything. So what I'm interested to see now is how I can reduce the other part of the usage. So this is how it is now. So what I've got is, I'm presuming if right, so that's not going to be anything to indicate that. So the headlights are on. These are the other usages. So if I turn off, let's just do it all. So climate control, it's obvious, so you turn that off. The CD player is on, so if that makes hardly any difference. If I turn lights down, the fog lights well, the two round lights at the bottom of the skirting on the car are all, I don't know if you can see that, they're always on. Which is a bit annoying. I'm not sure if you can set that to turn it off. So the lights, is that almost twice what it is? So it's like looks like it's slightly over 0.25 of a kilowatt. No, it's not quite 0.25 kilowatt, is it? But it's it consumes some power. Let's have a look what happens if we put the wipers on. Wow! So that's wipers on full. So if you then turn the lights on, and then what happens if we turn the radio on? Yeah, so we can get 0.5. What if I pull the windscreen washers? No change there. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. So yeah, you can see the energy uses there. That was the wipers on. So yeah, pretty cool. Okay, look what arrived in the mail this morning. Just arrived back home, and I've got plugged in Midlands card to come. Now that was exceptionally quick, considering I ordered it yesterday. Let me turn this around. Okay, yeah, so it came very, very quickly. I haven't opened it yet. I shall have a look, see what it says on the old details. This is plugged in at Midlands. Have they got a covering letter or anything? They have. Let me have a look. On behalf of everyone at Plugged In Midlands, thank you for choosing our network for your electric vehicle charging needs. Please find enclosed one membership card. Present card. Connect plug. Closed door. 3-pin plug users only. Okay, I wonder what that means. It says, there's the instructions. I presume that's referring to people who have the very old style 3-pin plug, not that you can only use it if you've got a 3-pin plug. It said 16 amp on their charge station in Ross. To access door A, car through door B, place car through. So I think, I'm kind of hoping. Right, do not plug in before swiping, or your cable will be trapped. Warning, if the door is open, close and then swipe card to begin charging. Do not plug in before swiping or your cable will be trapped. Now that cable that cost £160 to £250 they're talking about. Assuming it's not a 3-pin plug like it shows there. So I think, oh, there's the card. Plugged in Midlands. And it's a little bit disappointing to note, or it's good in a way, but in terms of the number of electric car users, I am the number at 348. So that means there's only 348 people applied in the whole of the Midlands. So that includes quite a vast area. In fact, I shall find out what area that is. It doesn't mean that other people aren't using electricity rather than these. It may be just a sign that this isn't a very good service. But I will find out. I say it before, I will not pass judgment on Plugged In Midlands. It may be very, very good, but I just haven't heard really anyone talking about it. Perhaps it's because there's only 300 odd members and no one talks about it, but there's a lot more electricity members. Right, excellent. I'm off down the shops now. And that's the that's the lights that you get to see all the time. So it must consume quite a bit of power. I mean, I think they're on all the time. I shall check tomorrow morning in the daytime to see if they do come on. I'm pretty sure they do. Which is an interesting one. I shall try and find out if there's a setting to turn them off. So time to plug it in, charge up. Don't know how well this is going to work, but you come back from the shops with a load of treats. Odd treats, you have to say, because it's eggs. Sort of a mousse thing and chocolate. But can you do it one-handed? is an interesting thing, I thought, because I plugged it in one-handed, but I can't film it all because I just got myself to film. But yes, you can. So you've got the rubber cap on there. It's, you know, you put it against your shoulder, that pops down, and then you can put it in the car like so. Well, let me put that cap back there again. You do need to pre-pop up the charge point. So take the rubber cap off. This here you can flick open with one hand using the same thing, and then you can plug that into there, and then it's all plugged in, which is good. So you can do it one-handed if you really need to, and you're carrying a load of weird items you just got from the shop. Okay, here we are at the end of the day. I've had some problems getting on tonight. This is refreshed, luckily. It wasn't connecting to the Leaf, and it said if you keep getting this persistent problem, call the Nissan Help Centre with error code 02. But it was to do with not having a connection. Could not connect to the Leaf. So it's on a timer, obviously. I think we've gone through that in previous episodes, to come on at midnight. But because it's low, I'm always going to turn it on. So yes to that. And now it should be charging. I'm not sure why it's gone back. Anyway, I will try and put a picture in of the error I got on my iPhone, of it not charging, not connecting to the car to let me know what was up. But I'm not really sure what this all means. Are you sure wanna? Yes, I am. Ah, there we go. See, I do keep saying it is buggy. One thing I will say, when this comes back round, I'm sorry you're going to have to wait until that actually kicks in, because I have constantly said it doesn't display how long left, and it does. I'm talking rubbish. It does tell you, and it's under battery and charging. It sits there, which is where I am now, and it sits in here, I think, if I'm right, just in this space here. It'll tell me the kilowatts of charge and the estimated time remaining sat here. But what I will do is wait 5 more seconds if it still doesn't come up. Or I could just, I suppose, you can see how long these things take. This is what you have to do. The iPhone app isn't really working at all, but nor was this on the PC. I can also show you the difference between this and using the browser Chrome, which I've mentioned before in a previous episode. If you use Chrome, you'll find, rather than Internet Explorer, you'll find that this is cut off. It cuts off about here, somewhere down a line, and you miss off the information to the right. But here we go. This is what's. I'm not sure if it's because I live in a rural area and the signal's not that great. It does take quite some time. It's obviously got to go from this computer up to their server, then action it and go back down to the car, and then tell it what to do, and then it's got to go from the car back up to there to let them know it's actually received and it's done what it said it was going to do, and then it's got to come from there back down to this PC. So it's got a bit to do. I'm not sure what sort of data we're talking about in terms of size and packets, but yeah, I'll give it 5 more seconds, and I actually don't think I will show you, because you kind of get the idea. It takes a very, very long time to do anything. I would take a photo of it when it comes back up. Rightio guys, and I'll see you on the next episode. Okay, I guess I won't see you tomorrow, and that isn't the end of it. I cannot get my Leaf to connect. It's really, really annoying. I've been trying now for about 20 minutes to get this to start charging. I think the only real way I can do this now is to get the PJs back off and get my clothes on and go back out to the car and do it manually from the car wings in the actual car. So, oh, okay. Yes, I think that's yeah, I think that's working now, weirdly. Okay, let me just try and charging. Let's have another go. No, so I will turn it off instead of wasting even more of your time, and I'll display it if it comes back on. Okay, it actually came back up on my iPhone. It gives 12 hours 30 minutes for full charge. I have a sneaking suspicion that this is also buggy, this charge completing. As you can see, despite the fact it's updated fairly recently, since it's been plugged in, it knows it's charging, it doesn't display that. And I have a feeling you've got to do it on, if you do it on the iPhone, the next time you refresh and that finishes, it will populate it. It's just proven me wrong. So it does display the thing sometimes, the charge complete time. Not this time. I was going to show you the fact it does, but I'm sorry to say that isn't this time. So there we go. We got no charge complete time on the website, but on the iPhone 12 hours and 30 minutes, which is plenty of time. It'll be ready by the time we leave tomorrow morning. No worries.